Justice Jackson.
So can I just go back to Justice Alito's hypothetical, which I thought was really good, and ask this question. Suppose the public meeting doesn't occur. So we have the mayor of the town, and there's this controversial policy, and there is no public meeting to start because the mayor fears that there's going to be quite a bit of acrimony with people who want to come out differently than the mayor does. And so instead of the public meeting, the mayor says privately, I'm going to have a meeting on my farm, or maybe he even announces the meeting, but we're only letting in people who are likely to agree with my view. Same result, no state action in that situation?
I think probably no state action in that situation. I think it's something that government officials actually do all the time. They might not want to meet with even their own constituents who disagree with them. They might speak only to Democratic Party meetings and only take feedback from Democratic Party donors. And you know, the solution for that, as I said, for elected officials might be the voters, and for appointed officials and employees, the state as employer can regulate that kind of behavior, even if it's in its personal capacity.
But it doesn't have to do so specifically. I mean, can we believe that, say, the mayor's duties include receiving feedback from the public? If there was a duty to get feedback from the public, I understand you to be saying that he would have to.
Yeah,
that even if it was on his farm, he couldn't block people, or it would be considered an official state action.
I think it would have to be a pretty specific duty for that to constitute state action. I think if the duty is too broad in general, like speak to constituents, I think that's exactly the kind of case that our heuristic, our test, has a lot of purchase, which is if it's something that a private citizen can do, talk about a policy, get views on a policy, advocate for a policy, but also within a sort of broad conception of official responsibilities, then I think the nature of the property to which access has been denied.
One final question, just as a sort of theoretical matter. Does the government have any concern about the potential privatization of government functions that could occur? I mean, I suppose I'm a little worried about city mayors deciding to sort of shape the debate of the people in their community by having their meetings in private places so that others in the community can't comment. That seems to me problematic as sort of a theoretical matter, but the government I'm taking says as long as the mayor chooses to do this on private property, then he can exclude whoever he wants, and because he's doing it in his personal capacity.
Yeah, I mean, in the brick and mortar world, I'm not aware of this being a problem. And if it is a problem, I think it's best handled by the state, which can regulate its employees in ways that a state as sovereign cannot. And I think that's the best place to handle those concerns, not a rule of conduct from this court as a matter of federal constitutional law.
Thank you.
Thank you, counsel. Ms. Carlin?
Mr. Chief